Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be my tarantula feeding video. So I hope you enjoy this and let's feed some spiders. So we're going to be starting off with the Pisciferia fasciata, the Sri Lanka ornamental. So these are an arboreal tarantula, lives up in the trees, tucked away in behind cork bark and stuff like that. These are quite big tarantulas. These tarantulas do get to quite an impressive size. Not all the Pisciferias get as big as some of the others, but the biggest ones are the Pisciferia ornata and the Pisciferia refilata. These are an old world spider, so these do have stronger venom compared to your new worlds, and these can be quite defensive, skittish, so they can be really quick at times, and these also have a very potent venom, so you do have to be careful when you are rehousing these spiders, or just in general. Just be careful what you're doing when you are around these spiders, because getting bit by one of these guys ain't going to be very good. So I'm now going to show you the feeding clip of the Pisciferia fasciata. So second spider, we're going to be doing the Pisciferia formosa, the Salem ornamental. Now I will try not to make this sound as repetitive as possible. I will try and change up to what I'm saying, but at the same time, most of the information is near enough the same. But yeah, Pisciferia, as I said at the start, old world, and all the Pisciferias are highly venomous. All the Pisciferias are, and yeah. Let's see the feeding clip. So lastly, for the Pisciferias in this feeding video, we're going to end it with the Pisciferia miranda, the Bengal spotted ornamental. I will say the Pisciferia species, I wouldn't recommend them for beginners. So if you're new to the hobby, I wouldn't recommend any Pisciferia. However, I will recommend the Samopaeus species and the Avicularia species. Those ones are really good to start off with if you're keeping arboreal tarantulas. Once you get some experience and you kind of know what you're doing, then I would recommend the Pisciferias, because they are really good spiders. So I'm now going to show you the Pisciferia miranda, the Bengal spotted ornamental feeding clip. Okay, moving on to tarantula number 4. We have my female Ceropagabus levidus. I think I said that right. This is my cobalt blue. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you would have seen I put up a video a few months back where she wasn't looking very good, and I think the reason was she was dehydrated. So I took her out, put her in a container with some damp tissue paper, or yeah, some damp kitchen roll, and left her in that for I think about 3 days, and that seemed to bring her back to life. So, and that was a few months ago, and she's doing really well now. She's eating and she's just doing really well. So the cobalt blue is another old world spider, so again, really quick, really defensive, highly venomous again as well, same as your Pisciferias. So this tarantula is really popular for its colours. These have a very nice blue on them, and yeah, let's show you the feeding clip. Next up, tarantula number 5, we have the Hystrocalus lacyteps, which is the, I think it's Nigerian brown, I believe this tarantula is. I might be wrong. I'll put the name up on screen if I am wrong. So the Nigerian brown, this is a tarantula that you don't really see in the hobby or see much videos on in the hobby. These are a Fossora spider, so they will live in their burrows underground. So if you do have one of these, you're not going to see it as much. I've got an adult female. She's actually quite big. I believe she's around the same size as my Killibrachys Asian form, the Hoihini. Same time, very nice looking spider. They got a nice dark brown to them, and they got really thick back legs, and they use those legs for obviously going deep down in their burrows and moving dirt around and stuff like that. So let's see the feeding clip. As we were talking about in the last clip, tarantula number 6 is my Killibrachys Hoihini, the Asian fawn. As I said a minute ago, this is my biggest tarantula in my collection, and she's about, I'd say, around 6.5 inches. I'll say around the 6.5 inches, so she's really big. Again, old world spider, so quick, defensive, highly venomous. Try not to say the same thing, but I am telling you that is what they are. Really big spider, again reaching around to about 6.5 inches in leg span if it's a female. And yeah, let's see the feeding kit. So that's all the old worlds done, and we are now going to be doing the new worlds. So something a bit more, that's a bit more slower, and that is the Avic. I do believe mine is a male, and the Avics are a good beginner arboreal tarantula. These are new worlds, so they're a bit more slow moving. They can be a bit skittish if they do feel a bit threatened, but most of the time they are very slow moving. And yeah, just a really good spider. Pink toe, which is where it gets its name from, the Avic, the Guyana pink toe. As you can see, I'll put up a picture on screen of a full grown Avic, and you'll see what I mean by the pink toes. But yeah, very cool little spider. Let's see the feeding clip. Next up, tarantula number 8, the Titocatl apobolopus, the true form curly hair. Another new world, slow moving. However, these do kick up hairs, so when you're rehousing them, just do be careful, because these will kick hairs quite a lot. So yeah, let's see the feeding clip. Tarantula number 9, the Aphonopelma seamani, the Costa Rican zebra. One of my favourite tarantulas in the hobby. Very dark brown with almost like yellow markings. They do remind me of the Chaco golden knee. Grammostola pokapes, the Chaco golden knee. They do remind me of them. Another one, they can be, I do find these tarantulas though a bit unpredictable. They can be nice and calm and slow moving, or sometimes they can be very skittish. Mine seems to be a bit more on the skittish side. So yeah, that's the only, I'll say the only bad thing about the Funapalma Sea Marley is they can be a bit skittish, a bit unpredictable. So let's see this feeding clip. Next up is a popular one in the hobby, the Funapalma Calcodes, the Arizona Blonde. I do believe this is a female. The only problem with these spiders, same with the Grammostolas, and well, the same as the Grammostolas, these take forever to grow. I think the last time this one molted was about a year ago, I would say. So these do take a long time to molt. So if you've got a sling, prepare to wait a long time for it to become an adult, because it does take a long time. But I do believe mine is a female. I am waiting for another molt from this one, just to double check, because the molt was a little bit destroyed when I last tried to sex it. So I am waiting for another molt, and hopefully get a good molt so I can double check to see if it is a female. But yeah, very good spider. Size of this spider, around 5 inches, 5.5 inches. Very similar to your Grammostola Porteres, you know, your rose hairs and stuff like that. So a really good spider. So let's check out the feeding clip. We're now moving on to the Brachypelmas. So this is the Brachypelma bohemi, popular tarantula in the hobby, I would say, mainly because of their markings on their legs. Bright orange, black spider with bright orange markings on the legs. Very cool spider. Sizing of this spider gets to about same size as your Funapalmas and stuff, so about 5.5 inches. Males being a bit smaller. So yeah, and I also find these spiders to be pet rocks, so they do like to spend most of their time out in the open where you can see them. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this spider. Let's see the feeding clip. Next up, one of my favourites, my female Brachypelma Amelia, the Mexican red leg. I'm pretty sure that's right. I'll put the names up on screen if I got any of these wrong, but I'll probably put them up on screen anyway. But yeah, the Brachypelma Amelia. So this is a female. Really cool spider. Orange markings on the legs and a cool carapace on this spider. I do like the look of these spiders, and I can't wait for her to get to a really good size so she can go in a tank like this. I think she'll look really cool in one of them. So basically a display tank. And she is one that doesn't really burrow. She does stay out in the open. At the moment she is only in one of those little storage containers or storage boxes for the minute. Mainly for that is because she ain't big enough to go in anything like this. So she's still quite small. Again, I'll be waiting a long time till she gets to an adult stage. So yeah, let's see the feeding clip. The Camphiscaria geniculata, the Brazilian black and white knee. A big spider, I'm going to start this off with. These reach to about a good 8 inches, so you are going to need a good decent sized tank if you are keeping one of these spiders. I'll recommend a 30 by 30 by 30. I don't know if you can quite see, but one of these here, this is a Komodo, 30 by 30 by 30, or an Exoterra, 30 by 30 by 30. That is an ideal tank for one of these. You could go bigger if you want to, but it's not, you don't have to. A 30 by 30 by 30 is plenty of space for one of these spiders. So yeah, really big spiders. However, the downside to these spiders are the urticating hairs. So these do have a bad urticating hairs, so when you are rehousing them, good idea to wear gloves or something like that, because their hairs are quite bad. Other than that, also another bad thing about these spiders is their food response. These do have a strong food response, so as soon as you put something in this enclosure, it's going to get on it straight away. So just be careful of that when you're doing a rehouse and you go to put a catch cup over her. You know, do expect quick moving spider or defensive poacher or something like that, because these are very responsive to movements. But other than that, really good spider. Again, big spider. White markings on the legs, which is where it gets its name from, the Brazilian black and white knee. But yeah, really good spider. You will see in this feeding clip on how quick she actually is. So let's see the feeding clip. Another similar spider to the white knee, and this is the Nanduchromatus Brazilian red and white. Not much to say about this spider, pretty much goes for the same as the white knee, so the information is near enough the same. But the size of these, I believe these get to a little bit smaller. I think these get to around 7 inches. I'll put up the size on screen to double check, but I think these are around 7.5 inches, something like that. So I do believe they are a bit smaller, but again, pretty big spider at the end of the day. Same type of thing with the white knees. Quick food response, which you'll see in this clip. This is only like 2-second clip, so this is going to be very quick. So with that said, let's see the feeding clip. Now we're on the Theraposa species. I do only have 2 Theraposas, and that is the Theraposa blondie, which is what we're going to be talking about now. These spiders are massive once they reach adults. Talking near enough the same size as your dinner plates, your big ones. So I'm guessing that's about 20 centimeter leg span. Again, I'll put the size up on screen. It's a bit hard to remember off the top of your head, but yeah, really big spider. If you do want one of these spiders, make sure you got enough space in your rooms, because these are going to take up a lot of space. I do already have a tank ready for when these get bigger. Mine is quite small, they're still like juveniles, so they've got a lot of growing to do yet. However, it ain't going to take long for these to reach to a big size. These do grow really quick, so that is a good thing about them, is their growth rate is fast. So you will not be waiting too long for these to get to a good sized juvenile. Bad things about the spider, urticating hairs is probably the main thing. These do have worse hairs than your Acanthoscurria geniculatus, your white knees. So if they get them into your skin, it's going to be very irritating. Be careful when you are doing rehouses and stuff like that. Food response, very similar to your Acanthoscurrias. These guys' food responses are fast. So as soon as you drop something in, it's going to go after it. But yeah, other than that, very nice looking spider. I do prefer the blondies over the steramies. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you prefer, if you prefer the Theraposa blondies or the Theraposa steramies. But other than that, let's see the feeding clip. And last but not least, we have a Theraposa apophysis, the pink foot Goliath. Same thing, basically the same information as the blondie. Quick, food responsive, eradicating hairs, you name it, and you'll see how quick this Therapos hypothesis is in this feeding clip. Quite an interesting clip, this one. You'll see what I mean and how quick these guys are. So, with that said, let's see this feeding clip. And there we have it. So that was my tarantula feeding video. Hope you enjoy. Also, Merry Christmas, wherever you are, if you celebrate it. If you don't celebrate it, however, I hope you have a brilliant day. And yeah, so Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am Carl's Tarantulas. This is where I do feeding videos, care and husbandry, rehousing, unboxing on only tarantulas. So if you do like your tarantula content, then consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. I do just want your opinions. Drop me a comment down below, let me know what you think. Hit subscribe, hit the share, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.